what if there was certain ways to raise your level of consciousness and vibration? Well, guess what? There is. And in this video, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be giving you in this video the 3 things that I've personally done in my life to raise my level of consciousness, to raise my level of vibration, and allow me to step into a space where I have a higher emotional state, more capacity to create the life that I want. And I'm going to be sharing with you in this video exactly how to do that. This is going to be 3 ways to raise your level of consciousness and your vibration to create the life that you really want, to step into that space that you really want to be. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. I also do have a group program coming up in the next couple of months. So if you want more details on the program, or if you want to be a part of the program, the link will be in the description box of this video for more details on that as well. The program is starting soon and enrollment is closing soon. So if you do want to be a part of it, definitely check out the link that's in the description box of this video. So the first thing personally that has been one of the most powerful tools that I've ever used in my life during my time on this planet, undoubtedly, nothing can compare to this, is daily meditation. Daily meditation has been one of the most powerful tools that I've ever used. And to not share with you this, some people would say, oh, I don't want to do meditation. But for me to not share this would be dishonoring the last 5 years of meditating that I've been doing every single day. I personally believe that a daily meditation practice is one of the most powerful tools that you can personally use in your life right now to raise your level of consciousness, to raise your vibration, to raise your energy field. And you can do it in whatever way works for you. For me personally, I have a technique where I'm very focused and I do what I can to be connected to what is now, to who we truly are. There's many different ways to meditate. There's meditation where you focus on your breath. There's meditation where you can focus on awareness itself. There's guided meditations. Personally, the ones that work best for me is to be focused on my breath, and also the ones that you call self-inquiry, where you can focus on consciousness itself. Now, we're not going to be getting into this video exactly the process of how to meditate. I'll be creating future videos on that and have a lot of courses on that too. But I do just want to share with you though that generally speaking, whatever allows you to practice being here now is going to raise your consciousness. Because that's what it is, right? It's a practice. You're giving yourself the ability and the space to practice being here now. Because it is a practice. There's no end result. Your consciousness keeps going. It's a continual practice of being more and more and more connected to the now. And personally, when I say meditation, I also said daily meditation. You don't have to do it daily, but personally for me, I think that there's nothing comparable in my life other than, like if I was to do it like a couple days a week, it wouldn't be personally in my life comparable. And I think that for a lot of people, it might be the same, because there's something about doing something every single day that starts to compound the energy that you have in your life. When you put something in your consciousness every single day that you do on a consistent basis, it starts to snowball. It starts to build up. and then who you are begins to change. And so I just want to say that daily meditation is one of the greatest habits you can start in your life to raise your consciousness. Seriously. One thing that I'll share with you right now is you can sit down on a chair or in whatever position is comfortable to you, turn on binaural beats, and make the objective of the meditation to stay aware of your breath the entire time. And if you lose that, which you will, bring yourself back. And you can go on YouTube and find binaural beats as well, okay? Now, the key is to not judge yourself and bring yourself back to your breath. Now, that's a very simple meditation that I can share with you just in less than a minute. There's so many nuances, and I could literally talk about meditation for 5 hours in a row if I wanted. I'm not kidding you. It's a deep, deep, deep topic. So I don't even want to start talking about how to meditate in this video because just there's no point in going that deep. But I will say though, that's a quick little technique that works. That's a very basic foundation of it. I have courses on it. I'm going to record more videos on it. But the point is though, for you not to be doing daily meditation is a huge tool in your arsenal that you're not using to raise your level of consciousness. It's a huge tool that you could be using. Whatever tool, whatever way you do it, find a way that works for you and go after it. Yoga might work for you. Some sort of formal practice where you practice being here now. Now, of course, the ultimate goal is to embody it and live it in your daily life, but starting a formal practice can be a great catalyst to make that happen. And it's going to raise your consciousness. It's going to make you more present to the moment. It's going to increase your energetic frequency. It's going to help you to detach from the past. It's going to help you to not be consumed by anxieties of the future that only exist in your thoughts. And it's one of the most powerful habits that I highly, highly, highly recommend and invite you to do every single day, even if it's for a couple minutes. Okay, I personally do it for 30 minutes, 20 minutes every single morning. But understand the power of this. It's so simple that sometimes we can overlook the power of it. Now, the second thing you can do to raise your level of consciousness, what I've personally found in my life is that energy is never stagnant. And if it becomes stagnant, you become dense. Energy always wants to expand. It always wants to grow. It always wants to be in a state of flow. And when we start not moving our bodies, for example, not taking action, not moving, not keeping the energy flowing, not breathing presently, we become unconscious, we become stagnant. This is going to keep your body very dense. And so one thing that I found to raise my level of consciousness is to keep the energy always flowing in your life. Always keep the energy flowing. Never stick to one thing at it. Like, do put all your focus into one thing. But when you're done that thing, move on to the next task. Always keep the energy flowing. Don't stay stagnant physically, mentally, emotionally. Let your body always flow, physically as well. Go for walks, move your body more. Once you're done a task and you're done editing on the computer, don't stay on the computer for like 5 hours. This is what personally works for me, at least. I noticed that if I'm staying on the computer for 5 hours or whatever, which I can't do anymore because my energy will get stagnant. I'll feel like my energy is getting stuck. It's getting dense. And so if I'm finished a coaching call, I can't just stay seated. I need to go outside for a walk or go do meditation right after a coaching call or a video or whatever. The point is, always keep the energy flowing in your life. Always keep it flowing, because you don't have to do this just because I said it, but start to notice where is your energy getting stagnant when you stay stuck in one pattern. Like we fall into these unconscious patterns, these unconscious ways of being, and then we stop flowing with our life. We don't flow. We don't enter that flow state because we stay stuck. We stay stuck. Personally, for me, I do meditation, then I go for a walk, then I go edit a video, then I record a video, and then I do this, and then I do that, and then I do this, and maybe my energy getting low. I go back to meditation. I'm always moving. I'm always flowing. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes I'll just meditate for long periods of time and be fully into that. But it's like you want to be aware that energy is always flowing, and you want to be aware of what you personally need in that present moment. Do you need to move the energy and go for a walk? Or do you need to stay still and bring your energy back into your center? Do you need to go out and move that energy, like a qigong kind of thing? That's all we're doing here, is we're moving the energy. Or do you need to go back into yourself and bring your energy back into who you are? What is it? Do you need to be more masculine? Or do you need to bring your energy back into the feminine? That's the play here. You always want to be playing the masculine and then going back into the feminine. And even if you get really good at this, living right in the middle. So you always want to understand that energy is flowing in a certain way, and you want to be aware of how your energy is flowing in that moment. And the more that you can be conscious of this, the more that you can be aware of this, you'll start to notice that your consciousness literally starts to get higher. Your awareness, the energy field that you have in your body starts to become much more powerful. You start to feel more connected because you're not stagnating. You're not staying stuck in the same patterns over and over and over. Be present and ask yourself, in this unique, sacred present moment, what does my body need right now? Keep flowing. Keep the energy flowing, and you'll find that your consciousness does get higher, and you do feel like your frequency is at a much higher level, which gives you the capacity to create more in your life, which gives you the energy to be more confident, which allows you to manifest and create the reality that you want in a much faster way and in a much easier way. And so the third final thing that you can do to raise your consciousness and your vibration is to always, look, personally it works for me, not always, but there's a time and place where if you can learn to focus on one thing at a time, your consciousness will get higher. What I notice is that part of being at a higher level of consciousness is to learn how to master the skill set of concentration. Your focus and your attention and your concentration has the ability to completely change your life. I'm gonna record a whole video just on how concentration alone can change your life. Because it's kind of like a form of meditation. If you can learn to focus on one thing at a time, have what we call concentrated focus, what's gonna start to happen is you will see and feel your being shifting. This video right now is a meditation for me. I'm focused on the camera so deeply that it's a meditation. My consciousness is getting higher in this video right now. And I'll be completely explicit about that happily to show you and be an example of the fact that anything in your life is an opportunity to be more present and to raise your level of consciousness and vibration. Because what happens is meditation's great, but sometimes you can't do meditation. And so how can you bring that level of presence into your life regardless of what you're doing? This is where you want to have focus on something with extreme levels of focus, but also at the same time be surrendered to the flow of life. You're so focused, but you're also letting the divine flow through you in each moment. And so what I want you to understand is that part of raising your consciousness is to have a very strong focus in your life. Without focus, without concentration, you can't raise your consciousness to the highest level that you desire. Because we live in a society where our attention is very scattered. We have a lack of focus, a lack of being able to hold our attention on one thing at a time. And this is not allowing us to have our awareness fixated on one thing at a time. And so all of our attention is going wherever the hell it's conditioned to go, totally unconscious. And that unconsciousness, that lack of holding your attention where you choose it to go, is going to lower your frequency, because maybe you start thinking about a thought, and then that thought takes you on the roller coaster ride, and you started off thinking about what I want for dinner tonight, and it ends off with how much you hate your life. Because that thought, that's the next thought, that's the next thought, and now you're depressed, and the thought started as, oh, why didn't my friend call me? Boom, I didn't get a call for 3 weeks. And now you're depressed 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, for 5 hours in the whole day. Whereas if you had concentrated focus, that thought would come into your mind, you could release it, and then shift your attention back to whatever it is that you're focusing on. So understand that to raise your consciousness, a powerful tool can be to learn how to focus on one thing at a time. If you're focusing on your art, focus on your art. Be present with that art. Watch and feel how your frequency begins to shift when you have concentrated focus. And this is why I invite you to do meditation, because what are you doing in meditation? One meditation technique is to learn to focus, learn to be here in the now. You're putting 20 minutes out of the day to say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna focus and practice being present. And then once you can learn how to do that, you can take that level of discipline that you learned in your meditation and bring it into something. The reason why I can stay so consistent with my videos and be so focused in my life is because I've meditated every single day for 5 years, and I feel like that developmental area of my life and that discipline and that trust I was able to build within myself, I was able to take it over into any area of my life. It's like, hey, if I can meditate every single day for 5 years, then I could probably record a video every single day. And that's exactly what I did. You know, sometimes I'll miss a video. Lately I haven't been. I stopped recording for a month when I was moving into a new place. Got right back into it. Honor your feminine if you need to stop doing things, but don't lie to yourself if you know you can do more as well. If you have concentrated focus, what you'll start to notice is that your frequency can get to a whole new level. If you practice your concentration, you'll start to notice that your vibration can get to an entirely new level. I'm not kidding when I say I'm at the point now, I could focus on the present moment, look at a little object on the floor, on the wall, be present with what I'm looking at, and my frequency immediately gets higher. I can consciously, on will, raise my level of consciousness just by focusing on something, one step at a time. And that might sound crazy, but I want you to keep in mind how powerful of a being you are, and how much your brain and your chemistry and your energetic levels can change if you can learn to focus. There are studies to show that advanced meditators have physical changes in the brain. And so the parts of the brain, don't quote me on this, I don't know exactly what the study is, so don't quote me on if this is exactly what it is. If you want more details on this, you're gonna have to look up some more details online and research that. So don't quote me on this, but generally speaking, what I remember, which might not be entirely accurate, but it's what I remember, is that advanced meditators have shown to have physical changes in the brain. Again, don't quote me on this, is what I remember. And the parts of the brain associated with focus and concentration would literally grow in those advanced meditators. And the parts of the brain associated with anxiety and depression and fear I don't know if it was fear. I don't know if you can measure fear scientifically, but anxiety and depression, the parts of the brain that produced negative emotion or whatever, again, don't quote me on this, literally shrank. And so what does this show you? Well, first of all, this is science proving meditation. Second of all, this is also something that we're logically trying to understand, but if we can physically see those changes, what do you think is happening to the system energetically that we haven't been able to quantify using science yet, and maybe we never will? Because there's deeper things happening to your DNA and to your energetic frequency when you're meditating that, maybe one day we can measure that with science and numbers, but maybe we won't be able to. Maybe it's something you have to experience. Spiritual cultures have been talking about this for thousands of years, and now science is talking about it. Wow, meditation changes your brain. Surprise, surprise. People have known this for thousands of years. And I want you to keep in mind that when you're learning to focus on one thing, there's deeper things happening to your DNA and to your energy levels. And I invite you to learn to practice your concentration, practice your meditations, practice your ability to be present. Practice it. Don't just be present whenever you feel like it. Practice it every single day and see what happens. And I want you to do it from a space where you feel motivated and it's coming from your heart. Maybe at the beginning it might seem a little bit forced, like you need to will yourself and discipline yourself, but then it can change over time where you love to do it. Because personally for me, I'm at the point now where if I was to stop meditating, my life would just get shittier. I would feel lower frequency, I wouldn't feel as good. So it's not this thing that's hard for me to do, it's just part of who I am, because not doing it would have a consequence. It's easier for me to meditate every single day than to not do it. That's a huge reframe. If it can become easier for you to do the things that are hard for you right now than not to do them, you're gonna find that your life becomes a lot easier. So just to conclude this video, what are the 3 things you can do to raise your level of consciousness and your vibration? Number 1, daily meditation. Super powerful, super powerful. So simple, but so powerful. I don't even want to go deeper how to do it in this video again, because it's just too deep. Maybe I'll leave in the description box of this video a how to meditate video that I'll record soon. Check the description box. Maybe it's already recorded by the time you're watching this video, and you can learn how to meditate in the description box. Daily meditation every single day. It's going to raise your consciousness. The second thing you can do is to keep the energy flowing in your life. Know when to be masculine, know when to be feminine, know when to be aware of the fact that your energy is stagnating and you might have to move it around through meditation or going for a walk or doing something that you're passionate about or just sitting and doing nothing. Honoring where the energy needs to flow in that exact present moment that is totally unique and is completely different for you personally in each moment. Know and be aware of when it's time to shift your energy in a certain way, whether that means to be more masculine or whether that means to be more feminine, or maybe it's about being right in the middle. But know and be aware of how to move your energy in each specific moment. It's totally unique in that moment. And the third final step to this process, or one of the ways to raise your consciousness and your vibration, is to learn to focus on one thing at a time, but surrender at the same time. Learn to have concentrated focus, to be here now, and learn to give all your attention to one thing at a time. Build your concentration, build your ability to focus, build your capacity to be here in the now and focus on one thing at a time. And if you do these 3 things, what you'll find is that your frequency gets much higher. Once again, you feel way better. Your emotional state will increase. You'll be more focused, more aligned, more confident. You'll have more capacity, more energy to create the life that you want. You'll have more opportunities come your way because your frequency is higher. You'll be more connected to life. Life will become sicker overall because you're experiencing life in a more perceptive way. Your sense perceptions will get stronger. All of the above and so much more. So that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Also, once again, I do have a group program coming up in the next couple of months, very soon. Enrollment is closing soon. So if you want to be a part of the program, or if you want more details on the program, the link will be in the description box of this video for more details on that as well. If you do want to be part of the program, enrollment is closing soon and there are limited spots available. So if you want to be part of it, check out the link that's in the description box of this video for more details on that as well. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. As always, have yourself a great day and I'll see you in the next video.